Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this particular demo session on mastering performance testing using a Neoload tool. So let me quickly introduce myself. This is Mohan, and I'll be guiding you through this particular performance testing course, especially this Neoload course. So I have around 10 years of experience, and I worked extensively on performance testing projects by using different tools like JMeter, Neoload, and LoadRunner. And also, I have good experience on cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, and monitoring tools like Dynatrace and AppDynamics. So since 2020, I'm not a regular trainer, like I'm not a complete end-to-end trainer who is dedicated to only for training purpose. I'm a working professional too, but since 2020 onwards, I've been helping professionals through structured real-time training sessions focusing on practical skills, like not only targeting the theory part. Okay. So this is some basic introduction about me. So coming to my YouTube channel, I hope most of you have gone through my YouTube channel, is what I'm assuming. If not, this is my YouTube channel, Performance Testing Mentor. Okay, so wherein you can see a few of the playlists which I have made it as public. Okay, and a few shorts are there which are related to some interview questions, and few videos are there. Okay, which I explained some basic information and other things. So as I mentioned, I started this training part from 2020 onwards. So from then onwards, these are the different batches that I have covered till now. Okay, so I covered training for Indian people as well as outside country people also. So again, in multiple languages too. Okay, so this is on a high level about me as well as my training related information. Okay, so with this basic idea, let's quickly jump into the general and major question that everyone will get, right? So most of the people will get this question for sure. All of you will think like most of the content is already available in YouTube, but why I need to join this course? I just want to start with this. Why? Because 100% everyone will ask this question, right? So in YouTube, you may get some videos, but you may not see the real-time use cases. So that is for sure. Okay, you may not come across real-time use cases, and there is no proper structured learning you're going to see over there. Okay, so that is one more important reason why you need to choose this training. And live doubt clearing as well as mentoring is not going to be possible whenever if you are going with the YouTube sessions or YouTube videos. Okay, and here in this particular training part, I'm going to provide you the interview related questions as well as answers, and I'll also help you with the resume part. Okay, and also all for all the topics we have assignments for each and every topic. We have some assignments that need to be completed. And one more major advantage is accessible to reusable scripts and templates. So whatever the scripts that we are going to prepare as a part of this particular training, I'll share all those scripts with you so that you can use that particular scripts as well as templates going forward. Okay. And one last thing is certification. Okay. So if you are going to follow whatever that I'm going to teach in this particular training part properly, you can easily clear the certification exams provided by Tricentis. Okay, on your own. That is for sure. Okay. So I'll cover all the concepts in that way. So that is the reason why I'll ask you to go with this Neoload training path. Okay. So with all these basic things, right? Let's quickly jump into our today's agenda. Okay. So 1 second. I just don't want to have this one again. Yeah. So let's go to agenda today, right? So our today's session is going to start with what is Neoload, what is history of Neoload, key features of Neoload, protocols supported by Neoload, and I'm going to compare Neoload versus JMeter versus LoadRunner, and when to use each tool. That also we need to know, right? And finally, I'll cover the course content part, and then the Q&A session will be followed. Okay. So this is what the agenda for today. Let's quickly jump into what is Neoload. Okay. So most of you already know Neoload is a performance testing tool, right? It's a performance testing tool which is going to be used to send the heavy user load on your application. Okay, which is going to be used to send the heavy user load on your application. Okay, especially web as well as mobile applications, and also we can test APIs too. Okay, with the help of this Neoload. So once if you are sending high user load on the application, we'll come to know how the application performance is. We can measure the application performance with the help of this tool. So it seems like JMeter and Neoload, as you guys are already working. I don't want to stress more here. Okay, so what exactly the difference, okay, between load runner, Neoload, and JMeter? That anyhow we will see. But what I can say on a high level is this Neoload tool is going to be so simple tool if you have idea on JMeter and load runner. So it's a, I can clearly say like it's a combination of JMeter and load runner. Some of the good features whatever JMeter have and some of the good features whatever load runner have, they combined both and they created the Neoload. Okay, in that way we can think of the Neoload. Okay, so we'll see the Neoload how it is going to be and other things in tomorrow's session. But at that time, I can explain you more clearly. Okay, so what Neoload will do is it will helps us to identify the bottlenecks. Obviously, which every tool will help us to do the load testing and to identify the bottlenecks. That same thing Neoload will do, and also it will optimize the system performance under varying load levels. Okay, and the major thing is Neoload supports the scalable load generation and advanced real-time monitoring. So this is one of the key feature that the Neoload is going to have. So we have a real-time monitoring option in Load Runner too, but when compared to Load Runner, the real-time monitoring option is pretty much good here in Neoload. So that is the advantage. And detailed reporting. So reporting is also one of the major advantage that we have in Neoload. So in load runner also we have reporting pattern and reporting structures available. But when compared to load runner, this reporting structure is pretty much good in Neoload. Whereas in JMeter, we know like we can generate only the HTML report and whatever the other reports that we want to generate, we need to generate it on our own. There is no other option for that. Okay. So apart from this, it is primarily used to test how application is going to perform under the high traffic. Okay, to ensure the scalability, reliability, and responsiveness. So as all of you know, all these terms, scalability, reliability, and responsiveness, I don't want to stress more on this part. Okay, so especially for those who are completely new to performance testing, we need to discuss about this. But for now, I'm going to skip this part and we'll jump into the next slide. Okay. So coming to the next slide, the history of Neoload. Okay. So Neoload was founded by Neotis in 2005. Okay. So they started developing the Neoload tool from 2005 onwards. Okay, especially to do the performance testing for enterprise applications. Okay, this Neoload tool, they started developing this to do the performance testing of enterprise applications. And in 2008, the first official release of Neoload happened. Okay, and obviously, right, as I mentioned, it is a very user friendly tool. Okay, because it is having very user friendly interface. So in load runner, I'm just comparing this particular tool with other tools frequently. The only reason is as you guys are already working on different tools, right? You can compare the this particular tool with other tools and you can get some clarity. So that is the reason why I'm doing this. Okay. So when you see the load runner, right? If you work with load runner, so once if you record the flow, you will get everything in the code format, right? In the form of a C file, right? In that we'll see different web functions, LR functions. Accordingly, we are going to see that in load runner. If it is JMeter, we are going to see different elements. Okay. So what are the elements that we have in JMeter? We are going to add all those elements to prepare the script, right? So if you combine those two interfaces, right, how it is going to look is nothing but your Neoload. So this Neoload is going to have very user-friendly interface wherein simply you can drag and drop all the required elements. No need to add multiple elements before the recording, right? Or no need to worry about like how what sort of code that we are going to get after recording. Okay, that particular headache is not there in Neoload. So it has very user-friendly interface. Okay. So, and as I mentioned, in 2008, first official release of Neoload is happening. And in 2012, right, Neoload introduced the cloud-based load generation. So from cloud, okay, with the help of cloud-based load generation, we can generate the load from different locations. Okay, so this is going to help us a lot. So in 2012 itself, they started doing this. And in 2018, right, Neoload enhanced the Neoload integration with CI/CD pipelines and cloud platforms. Okay, so this happened in 2018. And in 2020 ending, right, that is nothing but 2021 starting approximately. Tricentis is the company which acquired the Neotis company. So till that time, it is Neotis Neoload. From 2021 onwards, I can say it is Tricentis Neoload now. Okay, Tricentis company acquired Neotis. Like how initially the load runner is with HP, and then it moved to Micro Focus. Now it is owned by OpenText, right? In the same way, Tricentis acquired this Neotis company. Now it is going to be called as Tricentis Neoload. Okay. So again, after acquiring this Neotis, right, Tricentis made different changes and different changes in the UI part also, and reintroduced real browser and other concepts too, which are very, very good features that they introduced. Okay. And today, like Neoload, I can say it's one of the largely used enterprise applications related performance testing tool. Okay, especially enterprise related applications, we can test it very easily with the help of Neoload tool. And it is going to be so easy for us to integrate this particular tool with the DevOps environments, especially with the CI/CD or GitHub, right? We can integrate this particular tool very easily. Okay, so that is the best feature of Neoload. Okay, so let's quickly jump into the other features of Neoload also. So this is what on a high level the history of Neoload is. Okay, please stop me if you have any doubts or if it is boring again, right? How many of you know about these details? How many of you know about these details, guys? Please make it as interactive. If you are not aware of it, no worries. At least we are going to know this. Very less. Okay, good. No worries. Let's quickly jump into the key features of Neoload. Okay. So as I mentioned, like the first key feature always is going to be the user-friendly interface. Okay. So what is the user-friendly interface? Nothing but easy to use interface, right? Which helps the testers like us to create and execute the test without needing of any coding skills. Okay. So again, whatever may be the performance testing tool, like little bit of coding is required. So here also in Neoload, little bit of coding is required. But when compared to other tools like JMeter and Load Runner, so the coding requirement is very less here in Neoload. So that is the major advantage. And because of its easy to use interface, right? We can simply create the scripts, and we can do the script enhancements also very easily. Okay. And then we can execute the tests also so easily with the help of this Neoload tool. If you remember, right, in Load Runner, we have controller, VUGen, and analysis. Three different icons we are going to get it once if you install the Neoload on your, Load Runner on your machines, right? These are the three components which we are going to have. In JMeter, we'll get only one component, but here also in Neoload, we'll get only one component, but the user interface is going to be pretty much easy and simple. That is the first part. When coming to the next one, the cloud load generation, as I mentioned, we can run the test from different geolocations using the cloud servers instead of the physical machines, right? Instead of the physical LGs, we can simply trigger the test from multiple geolocations. That feature is available in Neoload. Again, it's a paid version. Okay, like how it is how we have load runner, right? Neoload is also a paid tool. Okay, so we have this feature like cloud load generation feature. And the next one is real-time monitoring. As I mentioned, real-time monitoring means, again, while running the test itself, you can clearly see how the metrics are, how the CPU, memory, and other utilizations of your machine, as well as if you are able to integrate your application with your integration, you are going to integrate your Neoload with Dynatrace, okay, or App Dynamics, okay. So you can monitor those metrics also at the time of running the test from Neoload itself. That option we have in Neoload. So that is the best option that we have when compared to other tools again. And the next one is advanced reporting and analytics. So again, Neoload provides the detailed reports with graphs and insights to help the testers like us to analyze the system performance so easily. Okay, we'll see the advanced reporting options and other things going forward in our regular sessions. But when coming to the next key feature, CI/CD integration and GitHub integration. So obviously, Jenkins integration, GitHub integration, and running the tests in the form of like pipelines, right? With the help of Azure DevOps or other things are also pretty much easy. And pretty much feasible here in Neoload when compared to other tools. The same CI/CD integration, if you want to do it with load runner, right, it will be a hectic process. Most of you, those who worked on load runner, maybe you would have gone through this kind of CI/CD integration. So if so, you'll see the complexity, like how complex it is to integrate your CI/CD with your load runner. Okay, but here that option is very, very easy. We can do it in very easy manner within less number of clicks. And the next one is parameterization and correlation concept. Most of you know this, right? This is the heart of the scripting part, right? This parameterization correlation process is so simple when compared to all the other tools. So this is so simple. In load runner, we need to write multiple web functions in order to do the correlation. In JMeter, we need to take help of the left boundary and right boundary, like boundary extractor, regular expression extractors, right? Those elements help, we need to take it. But in Neoload, we have the option called text picker. So with the help of that, we can pick the boundaries so easily. Okay, and parameterization part also so easy in Neoload when compared to other tools. And the next good feature that we have is the advanced scripting. Okay, so advanced scripting again, like with the help of JavaScript. So in load runner, we are going to have C programming. We need to write C code or JavaScript code. And in JMeter, we can go with the Bean Shell code or JSR 233 code, right? Or again, Groovy code or JavaScript code. And in the same way, here also, in order to do the advanced scripting, we can go with JavaScript. We can go with only JavaScript in Neoload. And the last one is virtual users and load simulation. Like Neoload can simulate thousands and thousands or millions of users, obviously, to check how the application is going to perform under the heavy load. So that simulation is possible. But again, Neoload and Load Runner, these two are paid tools, okay, license tools. We need to purchase the license. We need to purchase the virtual user license here. So if the user license cost will be there. So if you want to run with the multiple users, obviously the cost of license will be more. So accordingly, we need to think and we need to proceed. Okay. So these are the key features of Neoload. Any questions till this part? Cool. Understanding that as no, I'm proceeding to the next step. So next one is, this is important one, protocols supported by Neoload. So obviously, whatever may be the performance testing tool, it is going to support the HTTP or HTTPS. So which is ideal for web applications. and websites. So most of the tools will support this. All the tools, not most of the tools, all the tools will support this. Okay. And obviously it will support the web sockets also. This is mainly used for the messaging platforms. Okay. So, and also it will support SOAP as well as REST APIs. That means web services. We can test so easily these web services with the help of the Neoload. One of the best feature that we have in Neoload is we can import the Swagger files or Postman files directly into this Neoload. Okay, we can no need to worry about it. So if we have the JSON file, Postman collection readily available, you can simply import that JSON file directly. So no need to create any API manually. That is the best feature that we have in Neoload. Either you can import the JSON file or you can simply provide the Swagger link also. That's with the help of that Swagger link itself, you will automatically see it will import all the APIs, whatever that are there in the Swagger link. So that is the best feature that we have in Neoload. And this feature we don't have anywhere in any other tool. And the next one is the JDBC protocol for database performance testing. We are going to use this. Obviously, we have one session in our training part also, wherein we'll connect to the database and we will see how to connect to the database, how we need to run the queries and how we are going to extract the data. Okay. And after extracting the data, how we are going to pass the data in the next steps. Okay. Those things we'll see as a part of our training. And coming to the next protocol that it is going to support, like FTP, SMTP, POP3. Okay, these are file transferred and email based applications use these protocols. And the major thing is Citrix as well as SAP GUI, right? As well as Oracle EBS also. Okay, it is not there, but it will support Oracle EBS also. So these three are the recent enterprise related protocols which the Neoload is going to support. Most of the companies, those who are using like load runner for SAP GUI, right? They are moving now from load runner to Neoload because of the license cost. One major advantage with Neoload is license cost is less when compared to load runner. Okay. So these are the different protocols that your Neoload is going to support. And coming to the comparison, right? I keep on comparing all the three tools. So on a high level, okay, when it comes to the feature called ease of use, so Neoload, I can say, is the best tool and it is very easy to use as well as, and it is completely GUI based, graphical user interface based. Okay. Whereas with the JMeter, it requires the scripting part. That means we need to pull all the elements. We need to add all the elements like thread group under the test plan and all the recording controllers, HTTPS, test script recorder. All these elements we need to add and we need to add those things manually. Okay. Here manual work is more. Okay. And also when it comes to the load runner VUgen, right? Especially. So here you can record the application easily with the help of VUgen, but understanding that code will be a problem. That sort of headache is not there in Neoload. So I can say like Neoload is best when it comes to the easy of use option when compared to JMeter and load runner. When coming to the test scripting part, right? So again, no coding is not the right word. Okay. So low coding, I can say like it's not like no coding, it's very low coding. Low JavaScript coding is required here. Okay. And in the other cases also, obviously we need coding. Okay. Everywhere. But again, very less coding is required here when compared to other tools. And also one more good feature that we have here is they have some predefined templates for JavaScript. So they will help us like how we can use the variables and other things. Okay, with the help of JavaScript code, that inbuilt code that they have provided. So that we'll see anyhow in our coming sessions. Okay. And the next feature that we have is the protocol support. So when it comes to protocol support, right, always I'll say like load runner is first. It will support lot of protocols, but again, load runner previously it is highly used for enterprise applications. But now Neoload is also supporting almost all the protocols, okay, which load runner is going to support, especially the enterprise related application protocols. Okay. So in that case, my vote is goes to load runner here when it comes to the protocol support. Best is load runner always, but the cost is high. That is the major drawback. When it comes to the CI/CD integration, I can say like full CI/CD support is possible in Neoload, and this is the best tool for CI/CD support. Whereas in the other cases, it needs some like if you take JMeter, limited support is there, and it comes to the load runner, custom setup is required here, which is a headache for us. Okay. When it comes to the cloud-based testing, right? It has built-in cloud-based testing. So I can say like Neoload is best. And here in this case, when it comes to load runner, manual setup is required. And when it comes to JMeter, obviously it's a free tool. Okay, JMeter is a open source tool and it's a free tool. Everyone knows that. So whatever the support that we have, always it's a limited support, right? In cloud-based testing wise also, I can say like built-in cloud testing is available in Neoload. Feature is very good feature that is not there in other places. When it comes to the scalability, obviously each and every tool has their advantages. So all three I can say good, but only the problem with JMeter is we need to have some plugins that are required to be installed in JMeter in order to support the scalability part. When it comes to the live performance and monitoring, I can say like Neoload is best when it comes to the live performance and monitoring. Why? Because it has some real-time dashboards. Again, in Load Runner also we have that feature. It's not that we don't have it, but it requires some additional setup. We need to add our monitors related information step by step here. Which monitors we want to verify, we need to check that. Here, everything is inbuilt. Within clicks, you can get it very easily. When it comes to the automated correlation part, this feature is an awesome feature that we have in Neoload. Okay, we have the same kind of feature in JMeter also, sorry, Load Runner also, which is partially automated. Okay, but again, we can create the frameworks properly. Okay, and we can use those frameworks going forward in our test scripting part very easily in Neoload when compared to Load Runner. When coming to the cost, right, as I mentioned, JMeter is always best as it is free. Okay. And Load Runner is highly like high license cost. It has high license cost and it's expensive. When compared to Load Runner, Neoload is somewhat flexible in terms of pricing. Okay. This is also high. I'm not saying like it's less, but when compared to Load Runner, Neoload pricing is less. Okay. So these are the different comparisons that we can do in terms of features among all the three tools that we have in market. Okay, everyone know like these three tools are the market leading tools right now. Any questions or any points that you want to add? You can. Guys, please make it as interactive. Any points that you want to add? No need of any comparison, like at least which feature you felt like good in Load Runner or JMeter on the tool that you worked. There is one.
This session only I got like that Neoload is best to compared to Load Runner.
Okay, cool. Someone is saying, yeah, one more person is saying something.
With respect to domain, which one is best? Because so far I heard like for load runner we can use it for banking and other stuff. So, is there any domain specific kind of usages?
Yeah, I can say like this one. When to use Neoload, when to use JMeter, when to use Load Runner. This is what you are asking, right? So if it is a small scale web app testing, then JMeter is feasible. If it is enterprise level performance testing, I can say like go with Neoload. If it is legacy applications like SAP, mainframe, Citrix, Load runner, now Neoload also. Okay, previously Neoload don't have this option, but again, once they introduce this Citrix, right, then onwards we can go with the legacy systems also. Legacy systems performance testing also we can go with Neoload. Both will support. If it is integrating with CI/CD level, then I can say Neoload is the best tool. You can go with JMeter also if you want to go with open source tool. We have a lot of options like Azure load testing options, which we can trigger the test very easily. Again, the JMeter test very easily, as well as Neoload also. Any test we can trigger it very easily. But when it comes to the result wise and otherwise, right, other things, if you compare, like even though if it is pricing, Neoload is best. When it comes to the API microservices testing, right? Then I can say Neoload is too better here. Why? Because as I mentioned, we have the option to import the Swagger, import all the APIs from the Swagger URL directly. I'll show that option tomorrow. Okay. Once after showing the giving some brief introduction of the Neoload tool. Okay. So I'll show that option also. You can directly import all the APIs in one go. So that is the best option that we have in Neoload. So I can say to go with Neoload if you want to go with API. And if you want to go with API, other option is JMeter. When compared to Load Runner, I can say to go with JMeter. So here also we can import the Postman collection here also, but with the help of third-party tools. But this option is inbuilt option in Neoload. Hope I answered your question. Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions or any other points you want to add? Please feel free to add, guys. Even don't think like I know everything. I also like know very few things. I just want to learn new things from you always. Everyone, I feel like everyone is a learner here. So I'm just sharing my insights. Yeah. Sorry.
I have dropped some question in chat box.
Oh, okay. Let me check. Sorry. Mhm. Okay. Does anyone new to performance? Yeah, testing career needs to know programming and scripting skills, or it can be adapted easily to make career. For which type of domain Neoload is better for performance testing compared to Loader and JMeter? Yeah, the second question I answered it already. For the first question, like related to the coding part, right? Programming part. Yeah, it is required, but again, a very basic thing is required. But if you want to continue your career as a performance tester, not only a performance tester or any tester, right? It's always preferable to learn Java. Okay, if you know Java, core Java, right, you can work on any kind of coding, whether it may be the C programming or whether it may be the JavaScript. The concepts will be same. Okay, here and there the code will be different, right? So if you have idea on core Java, that is fine. If you don't have also, that is fine, totally fine. No need to worry about that. You can clearly and easily work on that part. So we have a lot of options like ChatGPT and other things we can learn easily. Yeah. For advanced scripting, yes, Java is required per ton. Okay, as I mentioned, if you want to go in depth and other things, yeah, Java is required. But again, it's not mandatory. If you know how to use AI, then that's fine in terms of chat GPT or in terms of other options. If you know how to use that, yeah, then that's good. Anyhow, don't worry if you don't know Java also, or if you don't know JavaScript also, how you can write the code, that I'll teach you as a part of this training. No worries with that part, right?
Thank you. So you mean AI is integrated with these tools nowadays?
With JMeter currently some are trying. Okay, but again, with Neoload and Load Runner, it is tough. Why? Because those are licensed tools, right? So if they want to implement something, they need to implement from their end. Load Runner, like OpenText, need to implement that. Tricentis need to implement that AI integration part. But JMeter, as it is an open source, right? Nowadays, few of them are trying by adding the AI to JMeter. But again, I don't think like it's gonna work that much properly as a performance tester is gonna work.
Okay, thank you.
Add on to this question, is
Mhm.
that AI will impact these performance testers?
See,
If yes, how much impact?
if AI starts impacting means it will impact in all the places, not only the performance testing. Okay, I'm not going to say like it's no. Why? Because even we are not clear of that as of now. But as of now, there is no issue when compared to manual testing and when compared to automation testing. Right? First, those two things will affect for sure. If at all, if AI is going to completely occupy, then it will start with manual testing and automation testing, and then it will come to performance testing. For sure, it won't happen that much easily. Everyone is saying nowadays the same thing. Yeah, I know that. Even I had some concern initially, but after knowing all these features and other things.
Thinking like it make you,
Sorry?
it make you that much of accurate. It make you that much of accuracy, like how the human is doing.
If it is done properly, yes. Obviously, if it is done properly, 100% yes. Why? Because as a human, we may do some sort of scripting errors, which obviously the AI won't do, right? Frankly speaking, yes, but that much of technology need to be developed. So that is the major challenge, right? It's not that much easy. And again, if AI is improving everywhere, obviously we are going to get a lot of other challenges also in terms of security that also need to be taken care. So it's not that much easy to implement it within like 5 or 6 years or 10 years, something like that. Most probably, maybe after 5 to 10 years, it may, but still, we don't know. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Any other questions? If not, we'll jump into the course content as we have 10 more minutes left. Yeah.
Question for you. I noticed one thing, like in load runner, we can able to open multiple sessions.
Mm-hmm.
In Neoload, we cannot. Is that anything they updated in the new versions regarding?
Yes. No, actually, that version is not yet updated. I didn't verify 2025 version yet, okay, which got released recently, okay. But with older versions up to 2024, it's not there. Okay, for sure, it's not there. And again, when you see the load runner, right, only VUgen will open multiple times.
Yeah, VUgen for the VUgen we can.
Yeah, but
for scripting activities.
Yeah, only for scripting means that is not required in Neoload. Why? Because we can do multiple scripts, recording and other things in one go with the help of only opening one agent or one controller part. We can do that easily in Neoload. So no need of that option in Neoload. That is the reason why I think they are not even looking into it.
One question from my side.
Mm-hmm.
Whether like agentic AI, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like say, we are able to integrate with Neoload as of
No, as of now, no. Again, we can't directly do that like how we are doing it with JMeter. Some of them are trying to add the AI with JMeter, right? That we can't do as it is a licensed tool, right? So we are not going to get that option to do with the Neoload or load runner.
So might possible there might be like we will utilize the JMeter for the agentic AI, and then we will pass those results to the specifically to Neoload, something like that. Is happening?
No, not it. As per my knowledge, no.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Let's quickly cover the course content part, okay, and then we'll take the remaining questions, okay. So coming to the course content, this entire course content is divided into 14 different modules. Okay. So in that, obviously, always the first module is going to be the introduction to performance testing. As you guys are all working on performance testing, right? I think we can skip this part. Okay, so we can skip this introduction. Generally, what I'll cover in the introduction is I'll cover the introduction to performance testing, the application architecture, performance testing life cycle, and then I'll take one application. So this is the application which I'm going to use. Okay, so this application I installed it on my local. If you see, like this is my IP address, you can see the application is running on my local right now. Okay, so if you click on desktops, again, you can do all the things, whatever that we have, all the options that we have here. So it's a simply an e-commerce application. So wherein we can purchase different items over here. Okay, we can register, we can log in, and we can add the items to the card, and we can remove the items to the card from the card, and we can place the orders, right? So different options that we can do, like how we are going to do it in Flipkart application or Amazon application. So this is the application which I'm going to use as a part of this training. We'll do all the load test, stress test, endurance test, right? Spike test, all these tests on this application. This application, I am running it on my local with the help of IIS server. I hosted this application on IIS, and I'm running this application with the help of this IIS. And we have a database also for that. Okay, so I'm using SQL Server Management Studio over here. So we have the database, all the tables here for this particular application. So we'll do some database testing also by running the queries which are taking some high time. Later, we'll try to optimize those particular queries, and we'll again run those optimized queries also to see the performance. Okay, so that database testing process is also there. Okay, so this is the application as I mentioned. I will give you the walkthrough of this application, and also we'll create the scenarios and other things going forward. Okay, so I just want to go in a project based manner. Okay, once after discussing about the performance testing life cycle, generally we will start with the NFR gathering and other things, right? Test plan document preparation, traversal flow document preparation. So these things, if you are already aware of it, we can skip this part and we can directly jump into the tool. If
Sorry,
you,
sorry, Mohan.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't skip. Please tell quickly that part.
Yeah, okay, sure, no worries. We'll do that.
Yeah.
See, what I feel is generally, okay, if you get one particular project, right, in your company, how you are going to start the project, okay, I just want to go in that way. So I just want to prepare one traversal flow, the NFR document, okay, with all the details, okay, and I just want to prepare the test plan document. Anyhow, test plan document means we are not going to type it. Whatever the contents that we have, I'll discuss that contents, and we'll prepare this traversal flow document, okay, which is very very important, wherein we'll see all the flows, all the scenarios along with the transaction names and traversal steps. Okay, we'll prepare this document, and then we'll prepare the workload modeling document and other things. Okay, based on that, we'll jump into the next part. And for each and every topic which I'm going to cover, I'm planning to go with one assignment. Okay, if I'm going to give you the skeleton of all these things, then you need to prepare the assignment for the application, whatever that I'm going to ask you. Okay, again, it's up to you whether you are going to work on this assignment or not. But what I generally suggest is if you work on this application, for sure, you will remember a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just make it as mandatory for every batch. Okay, few people they will submit and few people they are not going to do that. But at the end of the day, obviously those who submit the assignments, they'll get enough knowledge for sure. Okay, so for module 1, these are the topics which I'm planning to cover. And in the module 2, I'm planning to go with the installation of the required software. So again, here in our case, Tomcat is not there. We are going to work on the IIS. Okay, we'll see how we'll install the application on the IIS and how we are going to do the setup of this application, okay, under test. And also we'll see how we are going to install the Neoload, okay, Dynatrace and Jenkins on our local machines, and how we will start using them. Again, Dynatrace I'm not going to cover initially. We'll do it once it is required. Why? Because we are going to get only 15 days trial version license. With that, we'll go ahead and we'll proceed with that. So at the time of test execution, exactly before 1 day of test execution, we'll create the Dynatrace account and we'll install the one agent on our local, and then we'll start integrating our Dynatrace with Neoload. Okay, those things we'll do it at the time of test execution. So in the module 2, required softwares are going to be installed again. So the same softwares you need to install on your machine also, on your laptops also. That is the assignment here. And when coming to the third module, introduction to the Neoload tool. So here I will provide you the introduction of Neoload. Obviously, whatever that we have done already, we covered some part of it, but the remaining part, Neoload architecture, components of Neoload, okay, and overview of each and every module, I'll cover here. And I'll ask you to prepare some interview questions or some overview related documents related to that as a part of assignment, so that it will be useful for you. And as a part of next module, scripting and enhancement part, we'll do it. We'll start recording the application and we'll start validating the user paths. We'll see the flag feature options, okay, as well as we'll do the correlations, okay, manual correlation, auto correlation, parameterization part, right? And also we'll see how to use the logical actions, variables, right? And how to apply the SLAs, how to validate, how to add the validations, how to create the populations, okay, what are browser emulation options that we have, and the network simulation option that we have. And also we'll try to add the monitors which are related to Dynatrace, as well as the performance counters, okay. So all those things I'll cover here. Again, on a high level I have added all these things, but we'll do it in a step by step phase. Whatever the scenarios that we identified in the traversal, identified and kept it in the traversal flow document, right? We'll start working on the scenario based here. We'll start working on first scenario. After completing that, we'll go to the second scenario, like how we'll do scripting, right, in our companies. In the same way, we'll do that. Okay. And for this also, we have some assignments. Okay. I'll share this one anyhow after once if you enroll to this training part, right? I'll share this document. We'll go ahead with these assignments and other things. Once the scripting part is done, then we'll jump into the next part, that is the load test strategies and optimization. So here we'll try to understand what are the different types of performance tests that we have. Okay, how we need to do the test execution setup, right? And other things here as a part of module 5. And as a part of module 6, right, we'll go with the monitoring part with Dynatrace. One second. So we'll try to integrate our Neoload with Dynatrace, and we'll execute the test. We'll try to understand the Dynatrace options. We'll create some custom dashboards. Okay. And we'll try to run the test. And at the time of running the test, how we will monitor in the Dynatrace, we'll cover that here as a part of module 6. And as a part of module 7, we'll go with the result analysis and report generation. So here in this part, we'll start doing the result analysis with the help of the Dynatrace monitoring. Okay. And we'll try to identify the bottlenecks and other things. And we'll create the report part also here. We'll create different types of reports, standard report, comparison reports, different types of reports we can create here. We'll do that here. And when it comes to the advanced topics, we have some advanced topics like tunnel mode of recording, okay, and how to use the record here option. So let us say you are recording a complete script, end-to-end script, but in the middle you forgot to record one particular step. So you recorded some 20 transactions related script, but unfortunately you forgot to record 15th step. Then no need of recording the entire flow again, right? We have one option called record here. So with the help of that option, you can record only that particular step alone. So how we'll do that? Okay, with the help of that record here option, we'll see those kind of advanced topics here, like user path update, okay, and writing the JavaScript in order to store the files, and other JavaScript related coding wherever it is required, we'll go with that, right? And these advanced topics I'm going to cover as a part of module 8. Okay, so as a part of next step, right, what I'll do is as a part of next module, I'm going to discuss about this integration with third-party tools. like Jenkins CI/CD, GitHub, right? So how we need to use the GitHub and how we are going to integrate Neoload with GitHub and how we will push the code once after doing any changes, right? Those things, and also the CI/CD integration we'll see as a part of module 9. And as a part of module 10, we'll go with the distributed testing concept, like how we can add one more LG by installing the Neoload agent, right? So I have one desktop on my home. Okay, I'll use that and I'll connect to that desktop with the help of RDP. Okay, and I'll show you how you can use that desktop as an LG. Okay, load generator and how you can trigger the test by configuring that load generator on your controller pad. And as a part of next module, I'm going to discuss about the performance benchmarking and comparison. We'll try to understand the performance benchmarking part and we'll try to compare the results, okay, of different runs, and we'll try to understand the key metrics that we need to look into. And as a part of module 12, I'll go with the API testing. So here I'll see the REST APIs, SOAP APIs, how we'll do the setup and other things, right? Instead of importing them from Swagger and other places, right? How we can do that, we'll see that here as a part of module 14. Okay, and also I'll cover the database testing part 2. And coming to the next part, module 13, here I'll discuss about the advanced Neoload scripting techniques, especially handling the dynamic and complex correlation parts, how we need to handle it, how we can parameterize the cookies and headers if required, right? How we are going to use the Neoload scripting engine for custom logic, right? And other advanced topics I'm going to cover here as a part of module 15. And the last module is module 14, sorry, it's module 13, right? As a part of last module 14, I'm going to discuss about the Neoload Web, which is the SaaS version. And I'll discuss about Neoload Workspace and how we are going to set up one project and how we'll run the test from Neoload Web, right? And how we can create the reports from Neoload Web. So again, all the advanced Neoload Web or SaaS related concepts also I'll cover here as a part of module 14. Okay, so these are all the different topics which I'm going to cover as a part of this trial. And each and every topic I'm going to cover it on a real-time basis only, like how I'm working in my company in the same way I'm going to cover here. Any questions here?